Welcome. You've now been locked into an episode of Dad Tough. Dad Tough. Bringing you your weekly injection of any and everything dad, husband, and man. So sit back, grab a beer, get rid of that pesky wife and kids, and get ready to dive into fatherhood, marriage, men's health, youth sports, and a bunch more nonsense coming straight to your screen, headphones, and into your hearts. Sometimes being a dad is tough, and sometimes you gotta be tough to be dad. Are you dad tough?
Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Dad Tough. I'm your host, Blake Brown, and today we are sitting with one of my good friends, Oskian Aaron.
I love it.
I love it, man. Yeah, it is awesome, man. I'm so glad you could come down here, man, and do an episode with me. I'm glad the wife kind of let you out for a little bit.
I know. Huh? When I told her what we was going to talk about, she was like, "Aaron, you are not photogenic whatsoever, but just like go out there, have fun. If it's for a good cause, do it." So
heck yeah, man.
I appreciate it. Thank you, honey.
Oh yeah, but guys, we're going to start this episode out right. We're going to do what I call shot and story, where we take shots and he tells me a little bit about himself. This segment is brought to you by High Ridge Spirits, the distillery, located in Florence, Alabama. If you have not checked this place out, definitely check it out, guys. It is an awesome place. Great atmosphere. Their alcohol is brewed and distilled in Florence, Alabama. Great atmosphere, like I said. Make sure you check them out. They have live music almost every day of the week, and then on Wednesday they have open mic night. So if you want to sing, if you want to tell some jokes, if you want to read some poetry, make sure you get signed up on that list, guys. Now the fun part. The fun part. Today we are going to try their Alabama Shine. I'm excited about this. I love moonshine. I am from the South. And I love a good moonshine. But guys, like I said, there is called Alabama Shine, and I'm going to read the back of the bottle. Alabama Shine is the first legal distilled spirit made in Alabama since Prohibition in 1915. Handcrafted in Florence from legendary artesian springs water and a perfect blend of corn, rye, and barley. Our shine recalls the long history of the Alabama moonshine craft. Expertly distilled for smoothness by our artesian shiners, Tim and Tim. Alabama Shine brings a traditional take on moonshine that is excellent for sipping neat or for crafting the perfect cocktail. And today we are taking it straight to the dome. But yeah, man. Shot and story.
Yes, sir.
Ooh.
Do you remember the first time you had moonshine?
Yeah, it was actually banana moonshine, and I literally danced myself sober that night. If I sat down, I felt like I was going to puke everywhere.
Wow. Yeah, the first time I had moonshine was in 1996. I was 14 years old.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Little outlaw.
Yeah, I shouldn't have done it, but, football party and all that good stuff. But
hey, man. Hey, that's what them stuff. That's what that's for, man. Good stories, good stories. But hey, guys, we're here today. I have got this man to agree to do the Deathnut 3.0 challenge with me, man. This is something that I am super excited about. A little bit nervous. Are you nervous?
Yes, I'm not going to lie. I'm terrified.
Yeah.
I'm afraid this is going to be a YouTube sensation, and hopefully we'll end up retiring after this video after it gets all these hits.
Oh yeah, absolutely, man. I look at the end of this and just pictures just slobbering everywhere and just tears coming out, and then still trying to do this podcast.
Right.
But like I said, man, he has agreed. I actually reached out on my Dad Tough private group on Facebook to about 400 and something men, and this guy was the only guy that was like, yeah, I'll do it. So we're going to get started. Like I said, guys, this is the Deathnut 3.0 challenge. I've never done this. This is the first time I've personally done the one chip challenge and handled it like a boss. So this is, I believe, 16 million Scoville units, and so I'm super excited about it. But like I said, I'm still super nervous about it as well. But we're gonna get started. All right, so we're gonna put these gloves on because I don't want to touch my face.
No. Look like Hitch off of, I guess, Hitch.
Yeah.
Smith off of Hitch, if we have nothing looking like that.
Oh, yeah. So we are doing this with gloves, guys. Pretty, like I said, super excited about this. I do have more. So if anybody else wants to grow some nuts like this man's got, hey, come on here and do it with me. I'll do it again. Even if I cry tonight, I will do it again. No, I don't know about that. Like, I'm the type of person I always try things.
Right.
I'll try things once. And sometimes I just I won't try it the second time. But maybe this might be one of those times. Maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. Like I said, I handled the one chip challenge pretty well.
Yeah, I haven't had a chance to do that. I've seen on some YouTube channels and all that. Catfish Cooley.
Yeah.
That guy ate about 3 of them and literally was crying. And
yeah, actually, when I done my video to the one chip challenge, I called Catfish Cooley a.
Yeah,
but it was hot. It definitely was hot. Well, he done what, 2 or 3 chips though? I just done the one.
That's insane. I haven't done like I said, haven't done the chip yet, but we'll see how this one goes.
Awesome.
Now, I did YouTube this because I had no idea what this was, and so I did try to pump myself up. I did eat some flaming Cheetos, so hopefully I'm battle tested and ready.
Oh yeah. I don't know. I think this might be just a little bit hotter than some flaming Cheetos. But guys, like I said, man, this is the first time I'm opening this box. Like I said, I hadn't really done any research on it other than just finding out how hot it was, and it is 16 million Scoville units. All right. This is also sponsored by Blazing Foods. They actually sent these out to me to try on here. So big thank you to you guys. I do appreciate it. I may not be appreciating you for it here in about 10, 15 minutes. I don't know. We will definitely see. All right, guys. So I'm going to do a little bit of reading here. Let's see. The Deathnut Challange version 3.0. Thank you for your purchase. This challenge is the hottest thing you will ever eat. It is imperative, and I'm talking about capital letters, that you read the warnings on this box and accept the terms of consumptions at www.deathnuts.com, terms and conditions. Or we're going to do this verbally. Do we accept these conditions? I do. I'm not allergic to anything. Are you allergic to anything?
Not that I know of.
Okay, we'll find out. It says start at level 1, open bag with scissors, which I don't have scissors, but I do have a little sharp Exo knife here. Evenly distribute peanuts if more than 1 player. So this is actually a 2-player version Deathnut Challenge. No liquids or food allowed until completion. Chew entire contents of each level for 10 seconds. And what I have done, I did read the rules. And I do have a 10-second timer to put up. I've got a 30-second timer to put up, which is what you're supposed to wait for before advancing to the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th pack. But you have to chew the peanuts for 10 seconds before you swallow. After consuming the very last pack, you've got to wait 5 whole minutes before you drink anything. And I've also got a timer set up for that as well. All right. You ready?
You got a white towel?
Do I?
I said you got a white towel because I need to throw it in.
I am going to take a drink of my alcohol before I start. All right. First pack, heat level, mild. It says, are you ready for this? A special blend of Carolina Reaper, Datil peppers, I may not be saying that right, and the deliciously warm West Indies Scotch bonnet. I may not be saying that right either. I don't know. But it actually, I don't need scissors for these. I am a man. I don't even need that knife. But I did have it just in case. All right, so we are, scoot this back just a little bit. I don't know how well y'all are going to be able to see this. with the white plate and all, but we're going to divide these things up evenly. So you get a peanut, I get a peanut.
At least these honestly look like some peanuts on steroids.
They really
not
do.
Seen a peanut that large. That's what she said. But I mean, you know.
All right, so you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and some crumbs. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Go ahead and take one of these and one of your crumbs.
All right.
So that way it is split up evenly. All right, guys. So we're gonna put these in our mouth, put these nuts in our mouth, and we are gonna give it a go. It's actually going to take me a little bit longer than 10 seconds to get them chewed up enough to swallow them. You can definitely tell the heat off of that.
As soon as I swallowed it, I regretted it instantly.
That's the first pack. I don't know about this. All right, so we're going to set a 30-second timer. I don't know, man.
Blake, I don't know, man. I don't know if I'm going to make it past the podcast.
That first pack is, woo! My mouth is starting to water. My eyes are starting to water just off the first pack, man. I don't know about this, bro. I want to take a drink of something.
Yeah, I kind of want to go sit in the
right
pool.
now. Woo! All right, man, down the hatch.
Woo!
That one's got a little bit of a sweet kick to it.
The first one did too, then.
Do what?
I said that first one did too. As soon as you swallow, it's over. It's hot.
Yeah, it's like,
There's no in between.
all right, let's get this 30-second timer
hurry up.
rolling. I don't know, man.
Do you eat a lot of hot stuff?
Not really.
Oh, okay.
I do try like little challenges like this, though.
Wow, the
I
texture
think
in
it's
this
just,
one.
yeah. Oh, yeah, these are definitely like powdered
Oh.
differently. Like, differently. And I forgot to read the...
This one literally looks like the Debo of peanuts.
Oh, yeah. Real quick, though. We are going to continue, but the second pack says, the party is starting. Carolina Reapers, Boot Jokalakia, peppers in the Wicked 7-pot. Strain pepper actually ripped off some of it, so I can't read all of it. And the third pack here says, question your commitment. Carolina Reapers, 7-pot, Douglas, and a double shot of Butte Jolokia peppers. I don't know if I'm saying that
Sounds hot.
right. It does. All right. Wow. I want to take a drink of my alcohol already.
Timer.
No. I'm going to forget that timer. That's it. They initially come in your mouth sweet.
You're right.
I mean, they really do. It's like, this is really good. And then all of a second,
as soon as you swallow it, it's over.
I'm swallowing it.
Mm-hmm. And you start breathing like you're supposed to in life, and I mean, it's hot.
And then it's hot. All right. Fourth, oh, hell yes. Hot. Boom, fired up. Double the Carolina Reaper, a double shot of 7-pot brain strain, and a massive hit of Trinidad Moruga Scorpion. Definitely getting a little hot.
Yeah. My ultimate goal is not to touch my eyes.
Yeah. Or my penis.
Right.
Oh, I'm actually dropped one. I'll eat that one.
No, it's no matter.
I'm gonna take a drink of my beer right now. So, and it's not even the fact that it's just so hot, but it's just my mouth is just. I'm not gonna say dry, but all right, down the hatch.
Is this one number 4?
Number 4.
Thank gosh.
Whew. Swallowing. That's hot.
Yeah, man. I'm not living lie. I'm tearing up right now.
I am too. No, science is starting to run.
People are going to come in halfway. They're going to be like, man, that story must have been deep. The both of them are crying and everything.
Yeah. All right, 5th one, last one. Gravely hot, the death nut. 3 times Carolina Reaper, 2 times Scorpion. A load of the Wicked 7-pot Primo 16 million SU Pure Capsaicin. I don't know if I'm reading that right.
It's hot. Sounds hot.
Yeah. My face is so red right now.
Seems like this one has more.
Yep. I did just spit in my shot glass. All right. Oh, hold on.
Oh, you left one.
Huh?
You left one.
Oh, I did leave one.
Whew. Got the time?
Last one. Ready?
Yep.
Go. Oh, forgot to do the timer.
I believe it.
Two, one. Swallowing.
Yep.
5 minutes with no drink. So how are you feeling right now?
I'm hurting. I'm trying
Yeah.
not to talk. I'm gonna let you doing all the talking.
Yeah,
Every
you're
time you
definitely
talk- Every time you talk, it hurts.
Yeah,
You
it makes
it's
it
like
worse.
When you breathe, it hurts. So it's like there's no preparation for
Yeah.
this unless you just eat, lava every day.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to, and I am going to spit again.
Ooh, I should have doubled up on my deodorant, man. This is gonna be hot, steamy. I'm sweating.
This is definitely hotter than the 1 chip challenge.
Is it?
Yes.
I believe you.
Yes. You're probably going to get another 4 minutes of babble.
Right. So right now, go ahead and get you a drink of water, get your beer, say hi to the wife, kid.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a minute.
It is. It's hot. Real quick, guys. A word from our sponsor, Men's Wellness of North Alabama.
Gentlemen, many times we realize how we're not used to be. We have fatigue, we have weight gain, even if we're dieting and exercising like we're supposed to. And for many men, pills and prescriptions aren't working anymore for their ED. At Men's Wellness of North Alabama, we take the time to hear your concerns and get to the root of the problem, and we offer solutions. Call today for your free consult. Let's talk man to man and fix it. 256-366-2470 or men's-wellness.com.
That's rough. I did take a drink of beer.
And I'm instantly regretting what we just did.
That's hot.
It is. It is.
Call me a wimp, whatever.
Whew.
That's hot. You're way more of a man than I am.
Oh, no, it ain't even close. I'm sitting here crying inside. It hurts. I'm in pain.
I am going to take some of this to the dome.
Does lemon juice work? Really?
Supposed to. That's hot.
Well, I'm starting to believe that clock slowed down a little bit.
A little bit, yeah.
Oh.
Yep, that's hot. That is hot.
Whew.
You're a man.
Oh, I'm hurting.
Deathnut Challange, guys. Oh my God, dude.
Ooh.
The lemon juice almost makes it worse.
You should have told me that after.
That's crazy hot.
Yeah. You know, I believe sometimes some people put like a placebo or something, or like, you know, they fake it and, you know, but that would have been a great idea to do it for this one, but yeah, there ain't no way.
All right, guys. If you can tell, I have a different shirt on. And the timer just went down to 0. So what had happened was I had to pause it. To go get some milk from another room. It was literally the hottest thing that I've ever put in my mouth. I had to change shirts because I got lemon juice all over it. And then I got chocolate milk all over it trying to chug it. I do have an audio recording of us crying like two little and it, oh my God. What'd you think about it?
Man, that was one of the hottest dang things I've ever eaten. Actually, that is the hottest thing I've ever eaten.
Dude.
I mean, I'm surprised I'm not in a fetal position crying right now, but the thought has crossed my mind.
My stomach hurts.
I'm sure mine will about 2 a.m.
Oh my God. Dude, the one chip challenge does not have shit on this Deathnut Challange. That is literally the hottest thing that I've ever eaten in my life. I feel it in my chest. I feel it in my stomach. And later, it's probably all going to come out. Oh, my goodness, man.
Definitely getting a 5-star on the Google review then.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm definitely like, shout out to you, Blazing Foods. You literally set us on fire. I'm still like, man, we've chugged a whole thing of milk. Oh, I said, I wish I could have got that on video for you guys. But I had to go to a different room to get the milk because we both were like, we ain't going to need the milk for this.
Shit.
Bullshit. Oh.
Yeah, that definitely had one of the hard. I mean, like at first, like you said, it was really sweet. I'm like, okay, number one's going to be good. You know, it's going to be an introductory to the, this challenge and everything. And then all of a sudden, as soon as you swallow it and breathe, it's like, yeah, and mother trucker, here you go.
Yeah.
Then I'm like, all right, we shouldn't do number 2. And then number 2 was sweet. Mm-hmm. And then same thing. And then number 3 was like, hell, it's like drinking, 45 beers in and they all taste the same. So regardless, you're screwed.
Yeah.
And then number 4 came out and that sucker had like an armored coat of powder. Like I said earlier, it was like the Debo of freaking peanuts. Number 5 is like, thank gosh, there's only one more freaking round left, and it can't. I mean, you know it's going to get worse. Push through, but dang it, that thing just like I'm hurting.
I am too, man. Like I don't even know if I can finish this episode or not. I've got to at least do that. I at least got to go out with some sort of dignity. Like I said, man, I did have to pause the video, and I'm gonna go ahead and remove these timers. And like I said earlier, like I was telling him when we were paused, like I said earlier in the episode, like I'm always, willing to try things once. I don't know if I will ever try that again.
I'll be glad to watch somebody else do it.
Yeah. So so here's the thing: if you guys want to try it, come on here, and I will personally watch you do it.
Yes.
I will have milk, and I read somewhere where like lime juice helps. It does not. It does not.
It made it worse.
It did make it worse. It made it worse. I almost feel like I'm going to throw up right now. That was just horrible, guys. It was horrible. And like I said, shout out to you, Blazing Foods, for making one hell of a hot-ass product. You definitely kicked my ass. Kicked this guy's ass.
It hurt.
There's no shame in my game.
Tapped out, man.
Tapped out.
Couldn't do it. 3 minutes maybe left?
Yeah.
If that's being nice.
Yeah, it may have been 4 minutes and something.
Yeah,
I don't know.
So if we failed the challenge, I guess we failed. But hey, like you said, man, it's easy to man up to stuff like that.
Yeah. I just ain't got it in me, guys. Which I said, I don't need a whole lot of hot stuff anyways. But like I said, that was literally the hottest thing I ever put in my mouth. And I do have an audio recording of me griping like a little girl. So I will definitely have that. I don't have the video for it, but I do have the audio for it. We're actually running on 43 minutes on the audio on my Rodecaster Pro, and we're only running on like 27 minutes on this. So we took a good 25-minute break there to get our wits back.
Right.
That was rough. I mean, yeah, it would have made for a hell of an episode, but it would have been an extra 25 minutes of just pure complaining.
Hey, yeah, some people enjoy that though,
Yeah, they do. And we'll have the audio for it.
Right. I bet you somebody watching this is like, I hope that big idiot touches his eyes. I bet you somebody was saying that. Like, that dude is going to touch his eyes, and this video is going to be hilarious.
Oh, yeah.
Nah, ain't going to happen.
No, I'm definitely keeping my hands out in front of me because I threw some of the packs away. And I said it is it's hot. I'm definitely not going to touch my face.
No, that's the ultimate goal right now. Just keep my hands down here and not talk with my hands and, not pick my nose because, it'll be worse.
Yeah. Like I said, man, that was rough. That was rough. Anyways, guys, since we couldn't appease you with this Deathnut Challenge and we did have to tap out and drink a lot of milk, lime juice, which did not work. I repeat, lime juice does not neutralize heat in your mouth. It makes it worse. So whoever put that on that Google thing that I read, I hate you. I do. I hate you. But anyways, let's go on into the episode. So when we done the shot and story, we actually forgot the story. We forgot the story, man. So why don't you go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself?
Well, I mean,
other than you can't handle the Deathnut Challenge.
Yeah, besides being able to talk right, that was going to be the funnest part. I was born in California, and born in Panorama City, California, right next to the General Motors plant. Lived there till I was 11, and we moved to Middle Tennessee in 1993, so I was 11, and kind of went through high school over there and everything, worked, college, went to college at Tennessee Tech, and then went out to Los Angeles Valley College to play football and all, and come on back. Did the dad thing. Did the grown-up things, just started working, worked for Lowe's and, Advanced Auto Parts and other retail companies like that, and, worked my way up the chain, and, met my wife. I knew my wife. Kind of funny. We always joke around with it. I was her soccer coach. might want to edit that out, but I was 18 and she was 16, so you know, so it was one of those things. I knew my wife in high school, but we ended up getting married when I was 25.
I got you.
She was 23, so you know, had our first kid at 25. Had her second kid, I was 28. Then 32, and then 35 with my fourth child. You know, and we decided to move to Florence, Alabama, and we absolutely fell in love with the place about 4 years ago this August.
So how do you move from California to Florence, Alabama? Like, how's that happen?
Well, real simple. You know, I was 11, so in '93 I was 11. So my dad, General Motors closed down, and Saturn, the big boom in Middle Tennessee, happened.
Right.
So, it's either move to Arlington, Texas, for GM, move to Spring Hill, Tennessee, or Dad finds something else. Obviously, I think he did made a great decision to move the family over here to Columbia.
Right.
We lived there for almost 24 years, and I went to high school there, worked there, and next thing you know, we had 4 kids. We were just outgrown our house. We bought a starter home, so it was like, all right, time to look for some homes.
You probably had to get a school bus too. Huh? Carry the family around.
I had to sell my Dodge Charger. I had a Dodge Charger, a
man.
BMW 330i. Yeah, I had to. And, my wife, actually, when we got married, she had a Hyundai Tiburon. I know back then it was a sports car.
Dude, yeah, it was. Now, I ain't going to lie. That was one of my first cars.
Was it?
2003 Hyundai Tiburon GT.
That's what you had?
Man, I had it for a hot 2 weeks, and I was trying to do Tokyo Drift with it.
Nice.
And then I wrapped it around a tree, man. Totally it out.
Well, you're right. It's a fun little car.
Oh, yeah, it was.
When me and my wife was dating, she drove a Beater, and she saved her money up, and bought her that Tiburon. And I felt bad because she got pregnant, so we had to have a baby. So you can't put a baby in a Tiburon. So
you can't. No.
So yeah, at first she was that kind of mom that was like, nope, not going to drive a minivan, never, ever. So I got her Armada, and then baby number 3 showed up, and she's like, I want a van. I'm like, whatever, this ain't you. You got abducted by aliens or something. I know you don't want a van. She wanted a van, so I got her a van, and. Man, I'll be honest with you. I like that van. It's pretty awesome with 4 kids,
Vans, man, they've come a long ways.
They have.
They really have.
They have. I mean, especially when the doors open on themselves. You got TVs in there. I mean, it's like a mini living room.
Yeah.
Where your kids could, leave you alone.
Roger that. I'm having issues with my green screen back here. If y'all keep seeing me look up here, I'm trying to figure it out. I don't understand what's going on here. But, yeah, man, you also do some youth refereeing, don't you?
I do.
Probably one of the most hated people in youth sports.
The only position I know on the field that you're hated by both teams.
Yeah. No,
referee.
Absolutely. Now, have you ever made any bad calls?
Several. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I mean, I try not to make a call, because you got so many rules from high school to middle school to Pee Wee.
Right.
And I mean, there's, when you're doing a high school game on Friday night and then you show up on Saturday morning, 10 o'clock after, getting home at midnight, doing a Pee Wee game, it's like, what rules what?
Right.
My ultimate goal is to make sure that, if anything, if you're going to miss a call, but if anything, make sure nobody gets hurt. That's the only thing,
that. And that's the thing. You guys are human. You
guys
are human. You're going to make mistakes.
Of course.
As long as it's not like
against you guys
game-changing, mistakes, I'm okay with it.
Right.
Yeah, it'd be all right. It ain't no big deal. But if it's like fourth quarter,
right,
10 seconds left, we're down by 7, and we just scored a touchdown to win the game, and then holding gets called on the running back.
Right.
That scored the touchdown. I was like, oh my! Which that wasn't you. But that actually did happen to us last year, man. Like it was the playoff games, and it wasn't actually us. It was the we were midgets last year. I believe it was the minis last year.
Right.
But literally, there was 15 seconds left in the fourth quarter, and kid took off, run for a touchdown. I was proud of him because it was actually one of the kids that I do my conditioning camp with in the summer with, and referee called it back. and said it was a holding on the running back, the person that scored the touchdown. I was like, oh my God.
You'll have those calls, and sometimes you'll have a brand. I'm not sticking up for anybody. I mean, I wasn't there, so I can't really say. A lot of these calls. Let me say, there's a lot of training that goes into this.
I guarantee it.
Especially high school, because rules change. Because when you got playoff implications coming up, you got people's coaches' livelihoods. You want to make sure you're 100%. You know what you're doing. And there's moments in the game where I'm like, did I just throw a flag?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and it's like, okay, and you got to analyze what you just did, because you did see a hold, great. Or, you got to make sure that everything that happens is for a reason. Like, they always tell you to pause for a second before, because each referee on the field has certain things they have to watch. Like I'm where the linebackers are. I'm an umpire, so I'm watching just the left side of the line or the right side of the line, depending on what the call, depending on where the head ref is, because he's watching the other side.
Right.
So if there's a pass interference behind me, I ain't looking. I mean, it's just the way it works. But yeah, there's a lot of training, a lot of tests, a lot of certifications you got to take before you get on the field. But when it comes down to Pee Wee, it's like, hey, can you do this? I'm like, sure, why not? I'll go out there, have fun, and I'm not going to lie, I got educated by some of the coaches out there. They're like, hey, nobody can be over the center at a certain age, and like, oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
it makes sense. Yeah, you don't want kids looking down and all. But it's ultimately, like when you got the little 4 or 5 year olds, my ultimate goal is get them lined up so they can run more than one play in 5 minutes. That kind of deal, helping the coaches out, and coaches appreciate that because.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely.
I mean, you've coached Pee Wee, so I'm sure you're probably told the same kid 15 times where to line up, yet every play you have to tell them to line up. So, but that's the main thing, is make sure they're having fun. Now, when they get older, you want to make sure you make smarter calls. Because it gets a little intense and all. But, yeah, ultimately, I have fun being out there. It keeps me around football. I played ball till I was like 35 years old. So it's like, still keeps me in the game. My wife's like, hey, have fun, do it. And, it's been a blast going on year 3 right now. So.
Year 3?
Year 3.
Man,
Year 3.
I definitely have a lot of respect for you, because I've seen some referees just get up the road. From a lot of coaches, a lot of parents. Man, like I said, y'all are scrutinized so much, so much. Have you ever actually got into a pretty good altercation with somebody?
How far does this stretch out? Now, I mean, here's the thing. My first year as a ref, I let a lot of things get to me because, I didn't know how to really manage, my mouth. I'm a football player I've played football. So automatically when you're on the field, somebody talks crap to you, you're going to talk crap back.
Right.
Well, I had to calm it down a little bit as a ref. But, year 2, I was laughing, I'd laugh it off or, tell the coach to calm down. But mainly if you right there at the pregame meeting, if you have a meeting with the coach, the head coach, you have to have it every meeting. You set your expectations with them. Hey, you let them know, you're not going to make every call, just like how they're not going to make call the right play. But yeah, there's a few times we had to get escorted out by the police in a few games. Nothing around here, thankfully. The ref, a lot of the Central and all these other schools around here have been very pleasant. Nothing bad. But we've been put in some heated situations, and it's been pretty fun. And it's everything's new. It's like every game something different happens. One minute it's like a 40-0 blowout, but next something big happens. You got to pay attention to what's going on and make sure you still got to ref that game throughout for the full 60 minutes. You can't just say, well, that team's up 50-0, and let it be. No, you still gotta call it.
Gotta call
it.
Hey, I respect that though. I mean, that's game of football,
right?
Like I said, whether you're up 60 points or not, you still gotta make them good calls, man. Like I said, I understand that. I mean, like I said, y'all are human. Y'all do make mistakes.
Right.
I make mistakes every day. I make mistakes every day. I was actually on a podcast with another guy the other day. Actually, it's last week or so, and I think that he had reffed already or I think he does reffing for youth sports and stuff. Because man, he took offense. He did. He took offense. Like he was talking about referees and stuff. And I'm like, yeah, they make bad calls sometimes, And he was like, they're human. He was like, they're human. They make mistakes. And I'm like, yeah, I know, man. He's like, I guarantee you every single parent made a mistake on the way to their game. And I was like, chill out, buddy. It's okay, man.
Right. I mean, just, it just depends on how you take things. You want to take it serious, but you don't want to take it, don't let it ruin your day.
Right.
I mean, it's, coach is going to say stuff. Parents are the best. I mean, some of them got some great one-liners that could be comedians, But ultimately, at the end, like I said, my main goal, and a lot of the referees in our association, a lot of them want to make sure that nobody gets hurt.
Right.
That's our biggest thing, and the game's managed properly, and that we're invited back, and hopefully they don't red flag me out and tell me they don't want me on their property anymore. That kind of stuff. So.
Right. Well, you're always welcome over at Central. I promise you. It's where I coach at. Part of the youth league there on the board. Man, we got a great program there. And while I'm talking about it, hey guys, if you have any kids that are looking to play, that's around 9-10 years old, hey, send them my way. I would be more than glad to have them. 3 championships back to back to back. I will boast about that. We do have an awesome program, an awesome youth program. Now, is there any kind of shout outs you want to give to anybody? Like, I don't know, for example, like, hey, Tim, remember that time last year? Yeah. Tim, your kid's not as good as you think they are. Okay.
No, I never. I'll tell you what. When you look at the game at a different way,
right?
It comes to a point where everything is like I can't watch football right now without watching the referees because I'm studying them. Yeah, I'd love to get to the college level and ref that. So I'm always trying to study and see where they're standing and how they're reading. Because it's like, no joke, it's football season, 4 months?
Yeah.
4 months. So I'm like, I'm studying 6 to 8 months out of the year.
Really?
Season don't start for another 2 months. I'm studying up right now. It's there's so many things you want to say, but it's like, hey, keep it to yourself and just move on because I'm not the one playing. Right. I just got to make sure everybody's doing what they need to be doing and, the game's being managed effectively.
Right. Now you say your goal is to be a college ref.
I would love to.
How does that work? Like, I mean,
Well, I know there's a lot of certifications you have to go through, a lot of tenure. I got a long way to go. I wish I would have started something like this 10 years ago. I know it's a lot of certifications, a lot of relationship building with somebody in the conferences. You got to start out somewhere small, like an AI, JUCO probably, and then work your way up. So,
right.
It's one of those goals that would be fun to look into. Is it my diehard dream? No. I mean, of course not. But it'd be something fun to do. But I got to make sure I execute where I'm at now. I got to be a flawless referee at the high school level before I move up.
Hey, man.
Try to.
Good luck to you on that,
thank
man.
You.
I mean, that's awesome. That's a good goal to have. I mean, it really is. It really is. Now, I got to ask, you say you've got 4 kids, 3 girls and 1 boy.
Yes.
Do you ever bring, like, the referee in home? Are you ever just like, hey, blow your whistle and, like, roughing your sister? That's an automatic 15-minute timeout, automatic ass whooping.
I mean, it sounds like a great idea. I should. Usually, there is a cause. You did this, and this is the effect. This is what's going to happen to you. I have punished my kids some, whether it's a butt whooping or, I'm taking, the kids are a little bit older, but sometimes they need it. But, then I'll take something away like Nintendo, Legos, or TV, iPhone, whatever,
And each kid seems to be disciplined differently.
You are correct.
And that's one thing that I've noticed as far as, like, being a dad. I've got 2 boys. And I have to parent them completely different.
Right.
Like both of them completely different. My oldest one, for example, like I can just look at him a certain way and he just shuts down like, sorry, Daddy,
right.
Won't happen again. And my youngest, like not literally beat him, but borderline beat him. And he's just like, what's up, bro?
Yeah, doesn't phase him.
We'll do it again, and then do it again,
Right.
And he don't care, and that's something I've learned as being a parent is you have to adapt.
Right.
I think that's one of my biggest strong suits as a parent is being able to adapt.
Right.
For example, like I said, not only that, but my youngest or my oldest boy, he doesn't take constructive criticism well at all. Like, he gets super, super upset if I tell him, hey, man, you need to work on that. Oh, it ain't ever good enough.
Right,
It ain't ever good enough. And it's like, I'm not trying to, like, down you, man. I'm just trying to tweak you a little bit to make things a little bit better and easier for you.
Right, exactly.
And then my youngest one, man, I don't know how he's going to respond to that yet. He's 3. So, so right now, man, I do good just trying to keep him in line. He's the type of kid that, like, we'll go to town, and like he's that type of kid where you're in town and you see these parents like this kid's just acting a fool, and you're like, man, if I was that kid's parent, I would whoop his ass.
Right.
And it's like, we do, and he just gives zero shits.
Right. Well,
zero.
Exactly. I mean, like my first 3 kids, they're girls, and they never really put me in a situation in public to like really piss me off. They've been pretty good. Yeah, they do the crying, the occasional, I want my candy and all this, but ultimately they're pretty good. 2 weeks ago, I was at Publix with my son, and that boy put me, like, I didn't know how to act. I was ready to whoop him. I was ready to, like, take him outside. I didn't know what to do because I'm like, whoa, this is timeout. This is terrible. He's like, he literally, like, asked, like, screamed, we're in line, and he's like, hey, Dad, could I go pee behind a candy rack? I'm like, are you putting on a show? And he's like, Daddy, did I come out of your belly? I'm like, what? He goes, I'm like, no, you didn't. He goes, well, your belly's big. So I'm like, then he's just like, he's putting on his, and of course the lady right next to us is laughing her butt off. So he's like, what else could a 4-year-old think of?
And that's just fueling the fire for him. That's just amping him up.
Dude, he's like,
even more,
you might want to edit this out, but he said, a gentleman, he's a guy, he's got long hair. All of a sudden he points at him, he goes, Daddy, why does that boy got girl hair? I'm like, oh my God, son, you're going to get me kicked out of this dang place.
Dude, that is one thing I can say about kids is they are literally the most honest human being in the world.
Yes. My 7-year-old now, that was 3, she could have been CEO of any company because she was straight blunt, straight to the point, no, yes, that's all she wants. I mean, they should be the ones giving feedback at a young age.
Oh yeah, no, because
if they could comprehend what's going on,
they're going to tell you the 100% straight up how it is.
Right.
There's no white lies with them. They're gonna tell you 100%. Like, if they don't like something, they're going to tell you.
Right.
If they do like something, they will tell you. They are the most honest people in the world.
They are.
I mean, they really are.
Go ahead. No, I'm sorry. And like you said, trying to be consistent with them is hard, but in a way you can't be the same with each and every one of them, like you were saying.
You can't, man.
Like my oldest, I know I need to, if I'm yelling at her, it's not going to get to her. I need to have a heart to heart. Same thing with my oldest or my second one. If I talk to her normal, she'll get it. But then again, I might have to put some more force on her, like versus the older one. My 3-year-old, if I look at her wrong, she's in tears. And my son, if I give him a whooping, he's turning around. He's like, is that all you got? It's like, so you got to juggle each kid. And, me and my wife, we talk about it a lot. And she thankfully for her, she's like, hey, Aaron, you can't, yell at this one. They're just built differently. So, she's like my corner ring man, helping me out when it comes time to discipline. So
yeah, man, it is. It's a challenge, man. It can definitely be a challenge, and that's one thing that I can give advice as a dad is learn to be adaptable,
right,
to each kid. I used to not always be that way.
Right, exactly.
I'd parent them both the same way.
Right. Oh yeah, man. Oh yeah.
And it just doesn't work. I mean, it doesn't work at all. I mean, like I said, my youngest one, he does better at taking things away from him.
Right.
Like if we take his tablet away or some of his toys, put him in timeout, he hates timeout.
Right.
And I was always the person that was like, I'm not going to put my kids in timeout. Like if they need discipline, they go get their butt whooped.
Exactly.
Because that's how I was raised.
Right, of course. Man, I was getting my butt kicked till I was 18 years old. I ain't gonna lie. My dad, I was joking around calling him Iron Mike, but man, if I didn't show up my ACT prep class or something, talking to me didn't work. It only worked when he whooped my tail, and I'm like, all right, I figured it out, you know?
Yeah, that was me, man. I'll never forget. I think one of the last whippings I had got from my dad, and I remember it like it was yesterday, and I'm sure he does too, because he did feel bad. But I remember that he caught me and my stepbrother at the time smoking cigarettes.
Oh.
And I was probably in the 5th or 6th grade. Like, we used to go down, we'd save our snack money up and go down to these people down the road, and we'd give them their snack money, and they'd go buy us a carton of cigarettes, you know.
Hey, whatever.
And I'll never forget, like, we were walking down this little gravel road by the house, and just all of a sudden, like, you just see my dad just, like, tearing out the door. And I'm like, oh, God. And back then, you know, I was a little, you know, at that point in time, I was a little chunky, slow kid.
Right.
And then my stepbrother, he was just this little agile, you know, skinny kid. And he was like, hey, man, you go this way and I go that way. And I'm like, listen, this sounds like a good plan to me. So we veer off. And obviously, me being the slower one, I got caught. My dad was trucking it, man.
Oh, man, yeah.
I've never seen him run that fast.
It's like dads have, like, even, you know, when you played football, even with my dad, you know, when we play football in the streets or something, their dad shows up. It's like, oh, that dude's 340 pounds. It's like they're secretly fast. You know what I mean?
Oh,
they
yeah.
can catch you.
Yeah, and you don't realize
You know, I was like, what the heck? You know, my dad, same thing. I broke my sister's bike, and I ran around the block. I thought I was good and clear, and he turns around. And he's still right there, you know, doing that dad run. You know, it's like, you know, I'm like, holy crap. He caught me, dragged me by the ear, and whooped me. But, you know, things do stick with you. You know, I mean, did you ever buy or collect baseball cards?
No,
I never. I mean,
I dabbled in it when I was younger, but it was really, I don't know, it wasn't the cool thing to do by the time I got older. Like, back then, I say it's not the cool thing to do, but raising up, like growing up, we collected Pokemon cards.
Hey, no, man, it's all good. It's all good. I know there's a 10-year gap,
that was the cool thing, you know. That was the cool thing back then.
Well, I was a big baseball card collector, and you know, I'll never forget my mom. Me and my mom was at a gas station, and she handed me $10 or $20. She said, "Here, go get $15 worth of gas. Go inside, get $15 of gas. Bring me back the change." And I was probably like 10, maybe. I don't know. I remember we're still in California. Well, I had $5 left over, so I was like, "I'm gonna buy me some baseball cards." I'm a big baseball card collector. I come out. My mom's like, "Where's the change?" I was like, I bought these baseball cards. She's like, grabs the baseball cards, goes inside. The clerk wouldn't give the money back. So I see I still have this image in my mind, Blake, till this day, bro. She was walking up. I could see her. She was like 5'1", little Hispanic lady. Comes up. I'm like, I got a smile on my face. You know, I'm like, oh, she's coming back with the cards. She's gonna let me keep them. Bro, she smacked the living shit out of me. I still feel the tremors. When my face went this way, I still remember the guy standing over in the car saying, "Dang!" You know, he was leaning up against a brown Oldsmobile. I mean, that's how decorated it is. But that going back to, like, you know, sometimes, you know, when you got to give your kid a whooping, they'll learn. Because guess what, man? I have not bought a baseball card since. Every time I'm at Walmart self-checkout line, I look at baseball cards and I
PTSD.
remember my mom's slap heard around the world, and the 7-Up guy standing there saying, "Dang."
Man, that's hilarious. But like I said, my dad, like I said, he took off in this sprint. I'm serious. Like, this guy was probably a good 275, 300 pounds, man. And I swear that day he probably would have ran like a 4.3, 4.40. I swear. Like,
they got like superhuman dad strength. Right now, if I try to chase my 7-year-old, she's got me beat, man. She's like a little rabbit. But
you get kicked in that dad mode, though, man.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's competing. Different. It's just different. But, yeah, I'll never forget, man. He was running behind me with a stick. I'll never forget it. He was running by me with this stick, man. He finally caught up to my slow butt. Right. My stepbrother, he knew exactly what he was doing. He threw me completely under the bus.
He played you.
And my dad hit me a couple times in the back with that stick, and it brought blood.
Oh.
It did. It brought blood. I'll never forget. I mean, it didn't really hurt that bad. I guess it was just the stick, you know. But, like, I realized that, like, it was bleeding, and I used that to my advantage. I did. I was like, I cannot believe that you whooped me so hard, Dad, that I was bleeding.
Right.
Till that day, I never got another whooping
Right.
Never got. I'd get in trouble. I would get in trouble, and I would always bring it up like, "Oh, are you gonna whoop me again? Make me bleed again, Dad?"
Yeah. No, my 7-year-old, if I give her a whooping or anything, she'll look at me and she'll give me. She's got these big old brown eyes, beautiful brown eyes, and she'll just give you this look like a kitten from the cartoons. She'll just look at you. It's like, and I feel bad for what I just did, and she'll say like, "Daddy, you hurt my heartbeat," and like something that'll just like bring you down to your knees, And I get it, like I said, some kids, sometimes they do deserve a whooping, especially if they don't learn, and it is what it is. But in today's society, man, you can't really.
You can't, man. You get like shunned upon, and you get child services called on you. Like now, it's like I'm just gonna whoop you, and you look around, and it's like, well, maybe later.
Well, there's a different right now. My wife will look at a kid right now. I think she told Andre the other day she's going to take him to the bathroom and give him a whooping. And I'm like, go for it. I'll cheer you on. But there's a difference between giving a kid a good whooping to get the point than to like physically manhandling a kid and like picking him up and like, all right, you're not trying to throw a dude out of a bar. You're trying to discipline your kid. Again, I'm not the one to give advice. I'm not perfect on how to, whoop a kid or anything by any means. If anything, I try not to,
Well, there's definitely a difference. I do agree with you there. Like I said, there's a difference between whooping and disciplining your kid than beating your kid, for sure. There's been probably a few times where I've lost my cool and been almost borderline at some point. I've been borderline at some point, just like the other day. I was in there wrestling with my oldest and my youngest one. And then my older one had my hands pinned, like we're just wrestling around, and then my youngest one comes up to my neck, and I'm talking about bites me. Oh, and I'm talking about not just I'm talking. He like latches on like a pit bull,
right,
with the lock jaw and everything.
Golly.
It just starts so I just kind of like flip him over me, and I pop him in the mouth.
Right,
like I was just like, it was just a reaction.
Right,
and I don't think he's going to bite me again.
Right. Well, they probably look at you like, what was that?
Yeah, he did. He was like, I can't. He's like, you hit me.
Right. See, exactly.
I was like, you bit me, you little bastard.
Well, that's exactly what will happen. My son, and I know it's my fault because, like, I've been headbutting that little guy since he was like 3 months old. It's just like what he does. Well, anyways, he sat there and I wasn't paying attention, and maybe he was like 3 years old, and he just straight up headbutted me right in the nose. I just gave him a good pop, and I'm like, what the heck? My wife's like right there being my coach. She goes, Aaron, just gives me that look, and you let him do it all this time. You can't whoop him for it now. That's why he's mad at you. I was like, yeah, I get it.
Dude, that's definitely one thing that I've had to work on too. You get in this little routine of doing these things for, with your kids, and then all of a sudden you might be not in a very good mood one day. And then all of a sudden, like, they do it, and it's like you just kind of spaz out.
Right.
And you got to kind of reflect a little bit and be like, well, I kind of taught him how to do that.
Right, exactly. You're right.
Like, it wasn't fine. It was completely fine yesterday, the day before that, the week before that. But like today, for some reason, I'm just not in a good mood. And It's kind of hit me the wrong way. And you've got to kind of realize moments like that.
Right.
It's something I've got to work on, and I've had problems with myself. So I try not to teach my kids, certain things. Like, we do wrestle around, especially as far as being boys. You know, I mean, we do wrestle around. That is, my kids love it.
Right, exactly.
I think that is one way that they feel loved by me, is because we're just constantly wrestling around. When he bit me,
oh man, yeah!
Oh my God, I saw red, and I was just like, "You are so lucky you're not a grown ass man right now, because I would own you, bro."
Right, exactly. I mean, it's like just before I showed up here, I sat down on the couch with my son, and we're trying to make him understand, learn his ABCs and all that. And he sits on my lap, and I'm like, "Tell me your ABCs, buddy." Then all of a sudden, he starts making two fists. He starts going, A, B, like just beating me as hard as he can. And I'm like, do I let him keep on going because I want him to learn his ABCs, or do I kind of tell, hey, buddy, there's a different way? Because I'm afraid he's going to go to school to like start punching a kid, or gets kicked out of school, or next thing you know, I'm sitting in the principal's office. But it's like, golly, this kid is like, compared to my daughters, my boy, he's like an aggressive little guy. He loves to wrestle. He loves to, wants to fight, and with me only, and that's the that's what we kind of planned out. So
man, it's awesome with boys, man. Like I said, I haven't experienced girls, because like I said, I've got 2 boys, but man, I wouldn't take anything in the world for either one of them. Like I said, they are 2 totally different kids.
Right.
2 totally different kids, man. And like I said, I've got to parent them both a certain way, but it's enjoyable because it kind of gives you like a little bit more ammunition in your
Right.
belt, And I love it.
Right.
Love it, man. Love having 2 boys. How is it with the girls, man?
Man, I'll be honest, it's a blessing. I mean, they are like they calm me down. You know what I mean? It's, growing up, you're like, yeah, I want boys, of course, right? I mean, that's what we want, to carry the name, carry the traditions of, be the football player. But, I remember, at first I was like, all right, cool. When I found out we were having a girl, our first daughter, I was like, great. Second daughter, I was like, oh, man. And then third is like the doctor was like, man, you're a good girl maker. And, they've been nothing but a blessing. I mean, I wouldn't trade them for the world, like you said with your boys. I mean, they're your kids. Like I said, everybody keeps on telling me, just wait till they get older. And, I don't want time to go by any quicker than the way it is now. But they have just been a pure joy, Now you get to see them, develop and, into ladies, and, you just see how each one grows differently.
Right.
They don't all grow the same, and you gotta be a little bit nice, you gotta talk to them a little bit differently, because, you can get in their feelings if you say something wrong. You can't just be rude to them. And I got to catch myself. I got to get better at that. And thankfully, like I said, for my wife, she's there for me to, like, if I have a frustrating moment with them, I'll talk to my wife, and then she'll explain why, I'm feeling this, but why I shouldn't react the way I'm reacting towards them. But no, I love it, man. Now, don't get me wrong. I know I'm going to be going through a lot of shampoo bottles. I know the makeup's coming, and, I have not had a boy knock on my door yet, thank gosh. But I know that time's coming. How I'm going to react will be, I'm sure I'll have my wife over there to support me and make sure I don't make no stupid decisions.
Oh yeah, man. It's kids are definitely a joy, man.
They are.
It's definitely a joy. It is, man. Heck yeah, but guys, we're running on about an hour right now. We're going to kind of cut this thing off. I do appreciate you being on here.
Well, thank you, Blake.
Man, I do. I enjoy it, and I'm so sorry, man, that I couldn't be the man that you wanted me to be with this Deathnut Challange. God, like literally, like my face is on fire, like right through here, because I think I accidentally touched my face earlier into the episode. Like it's been on fire this whole time.
I have not got up from this chair, and I'm afraid to, because there's probably going to be a big wet spot. So I might have to go ahead and buy you a new chair back, because that was pretty. That was intense. I'll be honest with you. I don't know. Like I said, maybe it's because the camera was facing me. I don't know if it's because I know I won't be able to handle that again. That was nuts. I mean, I didn't handle it. I'm sorry. I just contradicted what I just said. Yeah, that thing kicked my ass. I'm sorry. It was hot, but if it wasn't for you giving me that milk, I'll probably be on the floor like now, like I said, crying in a fetal position.
My stomach still isn't right, guys. like I said, I will definitely give Blazing Foods their props, guys. This Deathnut 3.0 challenge is not for the weak, and I am apparently the weak. I'd like to pride myself in being a big manly man, but it's not the case with this. Tapped out. Don't know if I'll ever try it again. But hey, guys, let's see if you're more of a man than I am. Let's get you on here. We'll get you in here doing this Deathnut Challenge. And no, I will not do it with you. Well, I said, guys, I do appreciate everybody tuning in. I appreciate Mr. Oskian and Aaron on here. I do appreciate you coming down, man. I really do. At least attempting this thing with me. Like I said, we might be able to get you on here with some more episodes, man. I said I do enjoy it.
Well, if you get another challenge and I don't reply to any of your texts, don't get in your feelings, man. So I'll probably sit back and watch. But no, I'd love to come back on.
Heck yeah, man. Fun. I do. Like I said, guys, I really enjoy it. Be sure to make sure you guys like and share this video if you do like it. I do appreciate everybody tuning in, and for the folks that are watching it, know that you can also listen to it on all major podcast platforms. Can't talk, man. This thing's just got me so messed up. It just got me so messed up. Like I said, make sure you guys please like and share this episode. It helps me. It helps you. I do appreciate it, guys. Till next time.
Thanks for tuning in to Dad Tough. If you liked the episode, don't forget to like and follow the Dad Tough podcast on Facebook and YouTube. You can also listen to every episode on all major platforms. Have an interest in being on the show or want advertising? Reach out by email at dadtoughpodcast@gmail.com. Until next time, guys, stay Dad Tough.